Many women who have faced abuse and trauma are finding strength in their stories, transforming survival into leadership and long-lasting change. Joining me today is Dunn in studio. Kat, it's good to see you. Can you take us through a little bit about your story and the contrast between the successful business image that you project and perhaps a little bit about what's under the surface? Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Mike. So externally, everyone saw me as a very successful online business manager, working with these incredible clients, getting incredible results. But I was sat in a tiny little room in an apartment where I was monitored 24/7 by my partner. I had to abide by rules he set for me. I had to walk on eggshells. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat. And I spent so much time on the computer just trying to help other people because I so desperately needed help myself. And I didn't know how to really say that because I always thought success meant you have to be successful externally. People can't know the cracks. People can't know that some of it's not real. So I put so much energy into externally looking like I was the best business owner and I was the best person to get results. But inside of my personal life, it was not the same.
Yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately, a story that's familiar, I think, for so many people out there. But life after I left, why did you found it and how's it grown from an idea into this movement?
A year ago, I was working with my speaking coach on my keynote, and we named it Life After I Left. And I wanted to talk about my experience with domestic violence. And she said to me, "That sounds like an event. I dare you to put on your own event." Okay, challenge accepted. And a couple of months later, I launched Life After I Left, the live speakers event, to give a stage to women to share their stories of what they've overcome. Domestic violence, postnatal depression, foster care, whatever was important to them. I loved it so much. I had such a good response. I had another one, and then another one, and then another one. And then I turned it into a podcast because I wanted stories to reach globally, not just Australia.
Yeah, fantastic. And can you share some examples about how women's lives have been changed through the event and the podcast as well, through the guests you speak to and the topics you cover, etc.?
I've had women share their stories for the very first time on these stages or on the podcast. That externally, again, they were very successful businesswomen. They didn't retell those things that they thought they couldn't. And so the first time on stage, they got to go, this is actually really me, and I've never shared this before, but I feel safe enough to do it here. I've had women run up to each other after the event and go, I came just because you were speaking. I have the exact same story, and I want to change it. Can you help me? And then they've developed their own podcast, developed their own business to change whatever cause was really true and dear to their heart. And I've had women all over the world go, Can I guess? Can I share my story? Is that okay? Like, how do I apply? It's been a phenomenal response, and I'm just so grateful.
And what's your vision for expansion? Where do you see this going moving forward? It does sound like it's actually helping people, which is amazing. But where to next?
I'm obsessed with the idea of taking it on the road and actually touring Australia in 2026 because I've had women from Perth, Sydney, Adelaide. Can I be on your stage? How do I do it? Shall I fly over to Melbourne? I'm like, how about I come to you? So that was my plan for next year. And for the podcast, I wanted to reach as many countries and as many women as possible.
Absolutely. And if people do want to get involved and find you or find the podcast or, have a read up about the events and such, where are you sort of based and putting that information out there?
So I've set up a new Instagram that is specifically for the podcast. It's at Life After I Left Podcast. You can also find me at Dunn. I double dip and share on both platforms. I'm currently looking for speakers for the next event in October.
Fantastic.
So yeah, reach out.
And Kat, what would your message be to people out there maybe who are watching who are in a situation that they don't think they can change or are looking for something new or looking to move through their lives a little bit further? Because I feel like there is a bit of stagnation going on at the moment. There's a lot of noise, but I feel like there's just something in the air at the moment.
The first step is the hardest. And it sounds really cliche, but you just have to make one decision one day and change something. And it feels really hard and feels really scary. But what I've learned about being in business and being in Australia particularly is there's so many incredible women out there who genuinely want you to succeed and will help you. So if you can find that one person in your world that you can tell your dreams, your darkest desires, even maybe possibly your most traumatic story and have that space held for you, it's going to open so many doors for you that you have no idea that were actually possible.
Yeah, it's wonderful stuff. And again, if people do want to contact you and get involved, Instagram's the best place?
Yes.
Perfect. Kat, thank you for coming on and sort of sharing your story, and very much excited by what you're doing next. Hopefully we get to speak again once you've done the circuit and spread the word a little bit further. So thank you again.
Thank you so much for having me.